Alright guys, it's finally here. The patch for 3.10 Delirium is finally hitting the shelves. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to read this thing. There's going to be a shorter version in the description as soon as I'm finished editing this thing. I'll put a shorter version for you guys who wants to just have the big lines and see like what the important changes are. But for those of you who are crazy like me, just sit back, get a beer or a coffee depending what time it is, or whatever, you know, beer, I'm not judgy, and relax and enjoy as I read this patch note. Because daddy, we do want to know what's up. In my opinion, they gonna nerf the summoner build, especially the zombie mancer. If they don't, it's fucking retarded, because that's what I'm gonna go with to start my league. If they don't, they should nerf the necromancer and probably the zombies themselves, because they're really strong, or the baron or whatever makes them super powerful. All right. Challenge is a great opportunity for a fresh start. Blah blah blah. Okay, this is basically the league mechanics. Among those points, you may find cluster jewel. These new cluster jewels are exclusively available from Delirium content. They can only be seconded outer. Yeah, we knew that. Okay. So contain one of these jewels will expand your tree to reveal brand new passive skill and notables. Blah blah blah. Okay, we knew that. Must require Delirium Orb for high level Delirium encounters. Delirium Orb can be applied to maps, shrouding the whole map area. Yeah, it's basically a Breach League. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Delirium most round effects. Okay. The standard hardcore and soul self-found variation of the Delirium challenge. Okay, so those lines are only like what's gonna be about the Delirium League, and we already know about it. So, fuck this. Add a new intelligence skill gem, Arcane Cloak. Consume a portion of your mana to gain a buff that can take a percentage of damage from hits from you before being depleted. Ooh. While the buff is active, you gain additional lightning damage based on the amount of mana consumed as part of the skill effect. What the fuck? Shows a cooldown with other guard. Oh, it's a guard skill. Oh. Okay, so basically a new guard skill. So it doesn't even reserve any mana whatsoever. Wow, guardians are going to be really powerful with this thing. Take a percentage of damage from hits from you. Okay, so it's basically, I'm not sure it's going to be good. It depends on the mechanics going to work. Because if it works like a guard skill, like not Molten Shell, but yeah, Molten Shell too, but the other one, the one with the high HP pool, don't remember his name right now because it's early in the morning. But if it works like that and it consumes your mana, unless it consumes a lot more mana than it does with that skill, I don't see it being better. But the thing where it's getting my attention is that you gain additional lightning damage based on the amount of mana consumed. Is it going to be flat lightning? Is it going to be a percent lightning? And if so, like how much? And also, I'm not sure I like this because it really like makes it so you have to play lightning damage or you have to play elemental damage to use the skill. So it's kind of meh for me, but I mean, hey, could be great in some build. Added a new intel gems. Stormbind places a runic pattern on the ground. Okay, that's the one they showcased. We don't know if it's going to be good. We're just going to have to test it somehow. Added a new intelligence gem. Kinetic Bolt. Fires a one attack to change direction and release additional projectile regular intervals. Could be a good clear skill. Probably going to suck at single target. More testing required. Added a new dexterity skill gem. Blade Blast. Detonate a blade at your target location. I got a feeling I should like zoom this. I never had to, but yeah, fuck it. That's why I'm here. I'm reading it for you. Blade Blast. Detonate the blade at your target location. Blade spread blade terrible. Nice. Oh, that's the skill. Okay, who uses the one we saw, Blade Vortex and Bayfall. Could be powerful, could suck decks. Depends on the numbers. Added a new intel skill gem. Spell Slinger while active reserves mana. for each linked spell and will cause those spells to trigger at the end of your attack while wielding one. What the actual fuck? That could be strong. Requires testing. So it's basically, it reserves some mana for each linked spell. So let's see, you got like Kinetic Blast, and use Kinetic Blast. It's gonna reserve a certain amount of mana. And this thing is gonna, well, active reserves mana for each linked spells. Will cause those spells to trigger at the end of your attack. Fuck. I don't know if it's gonna be like, you use a spell that is not linked, and it will trigger for the things that are linked with this. If it is, it's really powerful. Like, really, really powerful. There's gonna be some crazy shit going on around here. But I'm not sure. I got a feeling it's gonna work like any other linked skill gem with like cast on crit and cast on channeling. And if it is, probably gonna suck dicks. Second wind support adds an additional cooldown. Oh, sorry, I skipped one. Archmage support. No, that sounds powerful. Adds lightning damage again. Adds that lightning damage to support skill and change their cost to a percentage of your unreserved mana. Adds lightning damage to support skills. Okay. And change their cost to a percentage of your unreserved mana. Does it make it higher or lower? Adding a portion of your new costs. Oh, has added lightning damage. Jesus fucking Christ. They're really going all the way for the lightning damage. Added a new dexterity, second wind support. Adds additional cooldown use to support skills and grant those skills increase cooldown recovery rate. This is gonna open the door for a lot of new builds. This is gonna be great. This GGG is a good addition because a lot of stuff was getting screwed by the cooldown recovery rate. This could fix it. Added cluster jewel, a new type of jewel which can be seconded in outer rims. Adding a new passive skill. Okay, that's the thing. We're gonna have to test this on in game. Like it's too confusing. Medium cluster jewel, small cluster jewel. When I have it in my face, I can check it out. But there seemed to be some crazy synergy with Summon Skeleton, because we saw in the preview that there was one passive that basically make it so that your summons were invulnerable to damage for like 10 seconds after being summoned. And if you're using Val Summon Skeleton, anybody who knows, the only reason you're making them tanky or invest in some tankiness on the minion is because when you summon them and you're on a boss fight or something that does remotely any damage, they just die non-stop. And so if you have that kind of passive, you don't have to invest into any sort of tankiness. They're just going to be invincible for 10 seconds, which is more than enough, in my opinion, to kill bosses, or at least make them so tanky that it's like, alright, after 10 seconds, I just summon them again. It's going to be very powerful. I'm really curious. Added the Simulacrum, an in-game encounter by collecting Simulacrum splinters, I guess basically the Breach Lords. Cool. Take on a sequence of increasingly difficult fight for better and better reward. How long can you last? I just hope they don't do a... it could be fun. I just hope there's a limit to it, because I don't want them to do a mine kind of thing. Because, yeah, it's funny, you get soul fight and everything and you go into the mine, but at the end of the day, if you make the rewards too good, and this thing just has no limits, there's just going to be certain specific builds, tank, boss killers, that are going to be able to go further enough to make it rewarding, and probably OP. So they really need to be careful with that. I'm sorry, I got a runny nose today. Oh, Jesus. Ah, that's what I call good content. Alright. Added 16 new unique items. I don't know. Okay, that's cool. A divination card, nobody gives a fuck. Type of currency, Delirium Orb. Okay, that one I'm curious about. Which can be applied to maps to plunge the entire area into Delirium, because it's basically Breach. Each one has a new reward to the map, and each map can have up to 5 Delirium Orbs applied. Be careful. Jesus, that's a lot. Be careful that each orb will also make the map substantially more difficult. I'm cool with that. Designed to input a talent competition winner. Alright. Minor new content feature. Made significant improvement to a number of spectred monsters. The fuck is a spectred monsters? Many monsters couldn't be spectred previously. Oh, okay. Now can. And many. Okay, the spectre. They previously only used their melee attack. They can use whatever special skill they had in life. Oh shit. I can see some builds going on here. Several specters that were dealing damage far above others have been toned down. We're looking at you, Atlas Influence Monster. Like, I didn't know you could do that. I wasn't a big Spectre player. I haven't seen any build that were good, so I don't know what they're nerfing. Because I was looking at it for summoning stuff, and there was just there was just no build that was strong enough to compete with Zombie Mancer in the Spectre category, at least. I don't know. Maybe there's something I missed. Okay, graphic improvement. It's cool. Start a menagerie. You did it. You did it, Reddit. They're really close to their consumer base. They're really close to their consumer base. I really like that. Add a 9 new Grandmaster to the All Grandmaster. Fuck you. I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see this map again. I have to do it. Complete my. I gotta pay to make this map completed. Arctic Break, Caustic Arrow. Visual upgrade. Cool. Oh, Raise Zombie now use animation we created for Path of Exile 2. Oh god, jabaited. Chromation project. I thought I were going to do the change right there. Chromation projectile impact and some more clearly portray visual. Why am I reading this? Maybe. Once again, I'll sell 3 sextant to the. Yay! I'm not gonna make the lower one useless. You can now sell your sextant for the 3 sextant recite. That's great. At one option, you have your portal appearance randomly selected from our own portal. Oh, cool! So I don't have to go and play with it. This applies not only to your full-time town on your map device. Nice shit. Oh, that's cool. That's a really nice option. Added capacity to raise 100 of new monster as specters. Jesus Christ, they really want us to play a specter build. Including those found from the Atlas influence from the link content just at Breach. Jesus. Added a background frame rate cap option. Limit the frame rate of Path of Exile when it's not in the current focus. Okay. This seems like a great option for those of you who are running a potato or like me who are trying to stream on Twitch with a 1080 who somehow is not powerful enough to render the damn game and stream or record at the same time. My frame rate drops. But you want to have my opinion? This thing is going to crash. I know a little bit about coding, and I got a feeling this thing's gonna crash right there. You're gonna try to lower it, the frame rate, and the computer won't be able to cope with it, and the game's gonna be like, nope, too much info, it's gonna crash. I'm really curious to see how it's gonna go. Will no longer push material intervention. I don't give a shit. Change your anti-aliasing technique. Okay, this I have no idea what it does. Proven gen multi-threading and AI associated core. Previously 8. Impact Valor can better utilize IN CPUs. Yay, that's what I got. Pure Breachstone, because yeah, it was heavy on your CPU too, because there was too much calculation going on. Charge, Enrich, and Pure Breachstone now have their own unique arts. Good add. It was necessary, because it was kind of overpowered Breachstone Pure, and it's the same as the regular one. That's a good add up. That's the devil's in the detail, GGG. The devil's in the detail. Added an arrow shatter effect for the arrow that never bounce on the surface nor stick. Oh, cool. Audio of all Warcry. Nice. Improve the performance of all element if I'm playing a monster. Cool, because I was playing Ignite and I did get some performance drops on maps with Breach and straight up crashes with Legion packs. If there was a Legion and I would shoot my Ignite burning arrow in there, everything would freeze and sometimes my game would just crash. There was too much monsters and too much calculation being done. Atlas change, man, this is gonna take forever. I am sure this is gonna be a 2-hour long video because this is taking way too long. Coffee's done. Alright. Conqueror presence and their influence mechanic is now spawned deterministically, Jesus. Conqueror presence and influence mechanics are now spawn deterministically. This is, you know, they use that kind of terminology just to show people my English is not that good. That's what they're doing. They're targeting me specifically. Me and Caesarian. Alright. With progress between each influence map track on the atlas itself. You can see this on the left hand side of the atlas panel connected to the Watchstone inventory. What? Influence mechanics are not spotted. Oh yeah, that's cool. They announced that, didn't they? There's gonna be a way to track your Conqueror presence now, which absolutely was needed in the league during the league. That was a cool mechanic, but it was like, man, I just want to know if he's gonna spawn or not. If I'm glitching, what is this shit? Been running maps for 17. Like I've been running 17 maps, no influence. What's happening? Most of the time it was a bug. I did some search. Chance for a Conqueror to occupy an Atlas region is now 50% from 33. That's cool. Conditions are met. Yeah, I know. We know about the condition. I don't remember them. But I know there is condition. I've stopped playing for a while because, you know, end of the league and all. Conqueror will now sometimes grant buffs to map bosses in their region. Okay. Improvement have been made to all progress with the Conqueror Atlas quests as our tracks should be in the same phase easier. Okay, they made it easier, basically. Okay, that's cool. We can now clearly see Watchstone and have Sextant applied to them. Yeah, okay, it was kind of a pain in the dick to look for them. I had a short Watchstone tutorial. Good idea, should have been done before. The Awakened level of your Atlas is now the number of Watchstone you have socketed, divided by 4. And rounded down. What the fuck? In other words, you will now gain Awakening level gradually, rather than only when you fill a Watchstone altar. I don't know. Okay, is that supposed to simplify things? Is it basically the same thing? It's just a different way of calculating it. Whatever. If you fail to defeat a Conqueror, you will no longer get additional monster packs or influence item from their influence region until you defeat them. Jesus! Better get that summoner going. Improve the visibility of active Conqueror Citadel, okay? Bonus for completing Atlas bonus and awakening. Okay, but this, okay, real quick. This is a... Okay. This here... sorry. This here was basically saying that doing a build to speed clear might be a problem because you need to kill the Conquerors. If you don't, you're gonna lose a lot of loot drops. This people might not have realized, but changed the core of the game a lot. Because some people are just playing to play the maps. They don't even do bosses. It's Magic Find builds, fucking Wind Ripper and everything. And so this is gonna make it so that it might not even be worth it anymore, because people who are gonna kill them, are gonna kill the Conquerors, are gonna have a better loot drop than you. They're gonna have a higher loot rate than you. So I don't know. Depends on the numbers. Some people are gonna have to test this. Some people with more patience than I have gonna have to test this, because I do think it's gonna make you basically, if you can't kill the Conquerors, it's gonna be useless, in my opinion. We have to see. You will no longer gain additional chance for a map to drop 1 tier higher from Awakening. No, I do no, Jesus, why? You will no longer get additional chance for a map to drop 1 tier higher from Awakening bonus objective. Why am I doing it then? The base chance of gaining Atlas mission upon map completion is now 35%. Whatever. Yeah, it was kind of high. It wasn't like, it was just farming Atlas mission at that point, so it's okay. No, you will now gain 1% chance to have an Atlas mission upon map completion per... They made it higher? You will now gain 1% chance to gain an Atlas mission upon map completion per 15 map. Is there a cap to this? Or is it going to be a thing like you gain 1% until you gain a mission and then it resets to 0? Whoo! Because if it doesn't, this is going to be retired. They're going to patch this, because everybody's going to farm this. You'll now gain 1% increased map mod effect per 6 map. Their weakening bonus. We will now get 1% increased map mod effect per 6 map with the awakening bonus objective complete. Okay. Number of changes have been made to Cyrus Awakening of World Fights. Thank fuck. Cyrus Apparition is now more active during the arena phase. Okay, I gotta read this. Cyrus Apparition is now more active during the arena phase. Cool, it's gonna make him easier because we couldn't damage him. Cyrus now heals 75% of his maximum health at this final phase. Okay, they kind of buffed him a bit there, but I think this is gonna fix it. Cyrus now teleports away from the player before using his corridor skill. Well, fuck you. He takes 80% less damage during the corridor skill. Fuck you again. And the projectile he fires now pierces all non-player target. Alright, whatever. The rotating quad beam ability now has larger beam. What? And apply a new debuff which reduces your action speed and causes you to take increased damage. Does this mean it doesn't do any damage anymore? I hope so. This fight was crazy. If it still does damage, Cyrus is gonna be like crazy hard. We've made changes to several sextant modifier that we're only rewarding. The unified map sextant modifier now grants an increased quantity of item found. Buys a sextant tier 25, 30, and 35. Increase monster pack size based on sextant tier. Additional monster pack increase the damage you take now grant additional monster sextant. Okay, whatever. The sextant modifier that populated map with barrel now grants. Oh, Jesus Christ. Identify map sextant. Okay, fuck this. Now grant 20-25% increased quantity for item found based on sextant tier. Okay, they nerfed how much item quantity would the sextant give you. They nerfed the quantity the monster pack size per sextant also. Sextant modifier that granted additional monster pack increase now grant. They basically nerfed the sextant system. Alright, whatever. But you can... You're gonna still lose per map, but you can now have more sextant than we had previously because you can convert the lower sextant to the higher sextant. So kind of evens out. Okay, metamorph mechanics added to the core game. Okay, we knew what was coming. We got the Scarab, the maximum power effect bar, metamorph. Oh. Added 6-time modifier closed maps. Map number improvement specific metamorph situation. Made a number of improvements to specific metamorph behavior. For example, metamorph will only ranged skill will now still attempt to move closer to the player. They were already doing that. They was stand in place. Were they? Because I was playing a bow character and then they were charging me all the time. Maybe if you're playing like a summoner, they would just target your monsters. That's kind of the deal. They're supposed to be a meat shield. Okay, I'm curious to see how this goes. The maximum power effect on the bar to the right of the metamorph panel no longer plays if it is impossible for the fight to drop an itemized organ. Cool. Add a line to the reward box where the metamorphs will drop an itemized organ. Added a line to the reward box when the metamorph will drop an itemized organ. Okay, I guess. Okay. They didn't seem to. Okay, the one thing I didn't like in this league was basically the laboratory of Tane, where you would fill your bar, your goo bar thing, and it would just have no consequences whatsoever, or so it seems. So you basically would fill that bar for no freaking reason. Like, it wouldn't give you like an additional drop chance. It would just be added up, and if you hit the bar or not, wouldn't change a thing. Sorry. Endgame valve side area improvement. Those created by placing individual valve fragment in the map. Now count as map areas for the purpose of map drop, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Now they generate rare areas, mean they will always have 46 modifier in the area. Alright, whatever. I was doing them anyway. The side area open by placing an individual fragment on the map. Wait, the side area opens via placing an individual fragment in the map device now. One level higher across the board. I don't understand what this says. We're gonna have to check in game. The value of the area modifier are now similar to those found on the map of a similar level. Weren't they before? Okay. Added many new mods that can appear on the Val side area, included several that can influence the item and reward found on those areas. Oh, that's cool. Elemental physical damage reflection modifier can no longer appear for these areas because they're going to be too hard. That could be nice. Increase the number of monsters found. Monster normally found in a incursion encounter will now also be found in the Val side areas. Okay. Why? Why was that necessary? Alright. Side area bosses now have a life pool similar to other unique monsters found in the map. Alright, we're melting them anyway. Character balance. Ah, finally. Modifier to melee weapon and unarmed attack range are now described as plus X to melee strike range. The functionality hasn't changed. Weapons that describe their range still refer to weapon range. Increase in reduction to reflected damage taken, such as sextant modifier, can now also affect your minions. What? Increase in reduction to reflected damage taken, such as the sextant modifier, can now also affect your minion. Oh shit. That's our first minion nerf right there. So now if you get elemental reflect, you're gonna get your minions are gonna die. Weren't they before? I don't know. I remember I was playing a zombie monster and they would die. Oh, increase and reduction to reflected damage. Oh, okay. So if you have a reduction from reflected damage, it will affect your minions. All right, cool. It wasn't before. That's retarded. One attack projectile I have considered larger for the purpose of collision detection against monster, which is really nice if you're playing a Wanderer, because that was one of the issue with just a projectile of kinetic blast would just go through the mobs and hit the end of the map, and you had to shoot 4 times to get one guy. This is cool. Elusive now grants 30% increased movement speed from 40. What? 15% to dodge attack from 20, and 15 chance to dodge spell from 20. That was uncalled for. The Tailwind boots were a lot more selected than the elusive one because it would give a crazy amount of increased attacks and movement speed. Elusive were the cheap Tailwind version. If you couldn't afford them, you'd get an elusive boots. If you were crazy rich, you would get both. But now they nerfed it. Wasn't overpowered at all. The dodge mechanic in the game is not strong right now. Why are you nerfing it? Why? There is now a hard upper limit, 75% chance to avoid damage from hit. Wasn't it already? Scorch and Brittle, alternate ailment for fire and cold damage respectively, have both at their maximum effect raise. Brittle now increase the chance to critically strike an affected enemy up to cancer reaction. Brittle now stop. I haven't played with Brittle, I'll be honest. Scorch is not my forte either. Now have all the base duration of 4 seconds from 2 seconds. Okay. Scorch and Brittle alternate ailment to from fire. What? Brittle alternate ailment from fire to cold respectively have both at their maximum effect raise. Scorch reduces elemental resistance by a maximum of 30%. That's cool. Brittle now increased chance of critical strike and affected enemy from 15%. It's not that much though. It's cool, but it's not that much. Skill rework. Animated weapon now has a physical tag. Ooh, gotta go check because I'm not sure it's gonna work with most of the things that are in the game for physical. Like physical spell is not a thing that much. Normally, most physical things are all melee. I think I'm gonna have to check. I'm not sure. Now animated weapon, but it's gonna open some doors for sure. Weapons and array of. Oh, cool. Okay, so you can summon now animated weapons without having to target an item. That's great. Animate weapon now have been reworked and undergone some cosmetic upgrade. Cool. Damage multiplier on animated weapon was not applying to the minion damage at all. Whoops. Okay. Because of this, the skill has now been rebalanced. Wait, okay. The damage multiplier on animated weapon was not applying to the minion damage at all. What the actual fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so people, okay, that would explain why I've never played animated weapon, because everybody I saw playing it was just bad. Like the skill itself was just lesser than anything you would find from a summoner or a player in general. It was just shit. Yeah, it was, in the numbers were good. I was wondering why it was shit, but now we know. It's because the numbers were not applying. Fuck me. Whoops, that's their excuses. That's an old skill. It's not like they just got it out from... It's not like they just had it from the last league and they were like, oh, it wasn't poorly coded. It's been there for a while. Never worked. The damage multiplier on animated weapon was not applying to the minion damage at all. Okay. Because of this, the skill has been rebalanced. Okay, so it was too strong with... Can now be supported by Unleash and Spell Echo. Alright, it's not gonna add some damage to it, but it's gonna make it easier to summon. I haven't played animated weapon. I might though now. That was a base duration of 40 seconds from 37.5 at all gem level. Cool. Now allows a maximum of 5 animated weapon at gem level 1 up to 14 at 20 from 50. From 50 at all gem level. What? You can have 50 of them? Jesus. That's a long ass time to summon 50. They're gonna be over before you can summon others. 14 makes more sense, but they need to be powerful as hell, because with 50, or even with 50, you wouldn't kill boss and map fast enough. Now as a base chance. Okay, they reduced the cast to 0.6 instead of 0.8. Another buff. I cost 4 mana. I don't give a shit. Grant your minion attacks 5 to 8 additional physical damage at gem level 1. From 5 to 6. And the important ones, 126 to 184. Oh shit, from 38. Okay, so they basically multiplied it by 4, the flat damage. Alright, so but they basically made it 4 times stronger as a flat damage, and now that you can apply minion damage, which you couldn't before, but they reduce the numbers you can get from, I would say, about a third. So you get a third less animated weapon than you should, but they upgraded 4 times stronger, and you can add... Okay, so basically it's a buff. It's a good buff. It might be playable now. It might be even overpowered. Minion now deal 10% more damage at level 1. Holy shit. Okay, no. Note that there was previously similar but numerically higher bonus listed on the skill gem. That, it turns out, did nothing. Oh, that's so bad. And it turns out, did nothing. Do you test your shit? They knew that. They knew that. It's not a surprise. They probably knew it as soon as they released it. Like, shit, we can't code it in for some reason, so let's just do it later. So it's probably been... They knew that for like at least 3 leagues minimum, and they just did nothing about it and just let us at least say something on the wiki or something. Just made an announcement so we all know that the animated weapon doesn't work, because I wasn't even aware. There's nothing on the wiki about it. I think it's still bad. Jesus Christ. Turns out did nothing. Oh my lord. Now grants your minion 10% more attack speed. Shit, I might go animated weapon actually for my first character. It seems really strong. Cause it was bad, but you could still like play around it. It was bad, but you could still beat the game. But if you double the damage, it could be doable. You grant your minion 10% more attack speed in gem level 1. Previously, the gem granted attack speed rather than more. Now gain 2% increased minion movement speed. Whew. Okay, they nerfed the movement speed of the swords. That's weird. Alright. So, okay, guys. Animated weapon. Probably going to be a powerhouse this league. Might be the new zombie if they nerfed it. Because if they don't, it's still gonna be a zombie league. Skill balance. Alternate balance have approximately 50 more base life. Oh, nice. POC with the exception of Ancestral Totem. Decoy Totem and Holy Flame Totem. Okay, yeah, the decoy, so it's gonna be too strong if they boost it. These of them are receive a smaller increase to their base life. They still increase it. Nice. Base mind throwing has been raised to 0.3 from 0.25. Nobody gives a shit. Because they boost the totems. So basically you're not going to have an Ancestral War Chief totem die to random shit on the ground. That's nice. Ancestral Protector now rises out of the ground. Nobody gives a fuck. Arctic Breath. Base projectile speed has been increased greatly. Cool. I haven't played Arctic Breath. I don't even know if it's good. Okay. Now deals more damage, I guess. Nope, they nerfed it. Okay. Now it costs 7 mana up to from 8. They nerfed the mana cost, but they nerfed the damage. Okay, whatever. Well, I guess it was too strong. I don't know. I haven't played Arctic Breath at all. Artillery Ballista now deals base damage and has an added damage effectiveness of 40% at gem level 1 from 33. 51 at gem level 20 from... Oh, they nerfed the Ballistas. Okay. Ballistas got like an about a 10% nerf. That's a lot. Base created by the skill can now be destroyed with Blade Blast. Alright, okay, so that's the ability we saw before. Buffalo can now create Lingering Blade. These can be animated with animated weapon or destroyed with Blade Blast. Okay, so that's how you summon your shit with animated weapon. That's cool. These blades now have a duration of 6 seconds during all gem level. Okay, nice. Dash now gains 3% increased travel distance per gem level. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was kind of shit, right? It was really shit as a movement skill. Now might be decent. Cool, cool, cool. Ethereal Knife. Now create a Lingering Blade. It can animate it with an animated weapon. Oh, cool. Or destroy with Blade Blast. Fuck Blade Blast. These blades now have a duration of 6%. Okay, cool. Explosive Arrow. Now gain 2% explosive radius per explosive arrow on the target. Okay, they were really shitty last league. Let's see if they fix it. Now gain +2 to explosion radius per explosive arrow on the target. Up to +12 at all gems level. Previously scale the gem range from percentage level to +19 or 20. Now gains +6 explosion on the target up to +12 at all gem level. Now gains +2 to explosion radius per explosive arrow on the target. So it gets more explosion radius per explosive arrow on the target. Is there a limit? Up to +12s. At all gem levels. Oh. Okay, no. So the maximum is +12, but it used to be 19. What? Okay, they nerfed the radius of explosive arrow. Wasn't that big. It was okay for clear. Why did you nerf that? You can now stick a maximum of 20 explosive arrow to an enemy. Previously had no limit. Okay. Explosion. Another 33% more damage with hits and ailment per explosive arrow on the target. Previously, this only applied to ignites. So I'm not sure it's gonna be better. It might be. Okay. Here's the thing with explosive arrow. It's counterintuitive because it wants you to play Ignite. But Ignite is one big ass hit, and it's the only thing that's going to apply your Ignite damage. So you need to have a really hard hitting one hit time. But with Explosive Arrow, you want to have a lot of attack speed to stack up your explosive thing. So they want you to invest in attack speed, but at the same time it's useless because it's not going to stack your Ignite damage. Is it going to make it strong? Like, might be playable now. I don't think it's gonna be strong. The only thing good about it is like if you manage somehow to stack 20 arrow on your target, you're gonna get 90% more damage on your explosion and on the ignite it's going to inflict. So yes, technically you're gonna do a fuck ton more damage, but my problem with explosive arrow is still the fact that you have to invest a lot of an attack speed to be able to stack those 20 arrows. And the fact that it's just not gonna add any damage whatsoever by itself because you're getting your damage out of your ignite. Gonna have to require some testing. And also, the clear is kind of shit because you're never gonna stack 20 arrows on the mobs you're gonna clear for, so the clear is gonna be shit all the time. I really don't think this is gonna be good. Somebody might prove me wrong this league, but I think explosive arrow is still gonna be shit. Might be single target crazy. I didn't do the math, but seemed at least for clear is gonna be shit. Flame dash. The increased cooldown recovery speed of the skill gain has been lowered. What? Now gains 40%. So increased cooldown recovery speed from. Jesus Christ! I almost cut it in half. Now gains 1% increased cooldown recovery speed per 2% gem quality from 1% per 1%. Wow. Okay, so they. Wow. Okay, that's a really big nerf for Flame Dash. Okay, let's be real here. It's not that Flame Dash was too powerful. It's just that spellcasters and most bow builds just have nothing to travel with compared to melee characters. Like melee character can have 3 options to jump around and actually movement speed for most of them. So they have like 4 options to move around. If you're playing a caster, it's like, it's not that the other options, it's not that Flame Dash is too powerful, it's just that all the options sucks. Now you want to play a spellcaster, you're gonna have to just either go full movement speed or, you know, that's it. You can't use Frostblink, it sucks. You can't use Dash, it sucks. You can't use nothing. So it's like Lightning Roar sucks too, unless you invest in crazy in recovery speed, and even then it's kind of meh. So everybody's using Flame Dash, but now they nerfed it. That's bad. That's really fucking bad. This is gonna kill a lot of builds because it was helping for the clear speed. Like most of my, as soon as I did a spell build, even fucking arrow builds, I was playing with flame dash because every other option sucks. It's not because it's too strong, it's just every other option sucks. And now we don't have this. Melee's gonna get a huge buff again in terms of clear speed. I'm telling you, like they cut it in half. That's a lot. Sorry. Alright. Flame Blast. I was going to bring radius. Okay, Flame Blast basically changed how the mechanic works, but it should have the same radius. Gains radius per stage instead of. That might reduce the clear speed of Flame Blast. I don't know. I don't really play Flame Blast. Frostblink now deals damage and leaves chill ground. Stun an end of location. Nobody gives a shit. Now receive a reduced cooldown based on the number of nearby enemy at both the start and the end of location. Okay, that's cool. Now has a base maximum travel distance of 42 from 32. That's also good. Might use Frostbang instead of Flame Dash now, depending on what you play. Now has a 2% increased travel distance per gem level. Also good. Additional radius at level 3 plus 3 at gem level 20. Alright, that's cool. That was needed. Because Frostbink was bad. Might be okay now. I don't know. Earl of Agony. Don't tell me they buffed it. Agony. Now you'll increase damage per virulence of your gem level 1 from 6. Okay, they nerfed it a bit. 9% at gem level 20 from 12. Okay, they nerfed it a bit. Was required. Was really powerful. Lightning Warp. Base cast time is 0.7 instead of 0.8. Alright. So I have a 30% reduced duration at gem level 1 and 49 gem level 20 from 39. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so, okay, this is what they're trying to do here. They nerfed Flame Dash, they buffed Lightning Warp in terms of speed so that it makes more sense to go one way or the other now. But I don't think the buff in Lightning Warp is going to make it that good. Might be, I gotta test it, I gotta feel it. Not sure. Might be really nice because it was borderline okay. I've tested it back this league just to see with maximum like gem levels and fucking quality and everything to lower my recovery speed, and it was okay. Maybe now it's gonna be like, all right, great, this is my new movement speed. I don't know. Precision. Now grant 20% increased critical chance from 40. Okay, that's a nerf. Up to 58 from 59. Oh no, okay, it's not. They nerfed it from 1%. Oh, it was too strong while you were leveling, so we're gonna nerf it by 1% at level 20. Alright, whatever. Power class mine. I don't play mines. Now fire an additional projectile every 4 prime mine. Blah 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 blah. I don't even know what that means. Now has a base cast time of 0.18 seconds from. Oh shit. They buffed it from 0.25. Where was it needed? I don't know. You guys can leave in the comment if you play mine. Did they just buff them again? Because they were really strong, I think. I saw some. It wasn't my play style, but I saw some mine build, and they were really strong. Okay, now we're getting the meaty greedy. I can see Ray Zombie from here. Ray Spectre. Ray Spectre are now level 31 at gem level 1. Up to level 76 at gem level 20. Previously level 80 at gem level 20. Oh, they nerfed him. So they buffed the numbers of Spectre you could get with special attacks, but they nerfed their general level. I think this is intended to be like you're still not gonna use Ray Spectre as your damage dealers, but you're gonna have more versatility when it comes to choosing what kind of power they're gonna give your other minions, is what I think. Because they nerfed the general level. So if you want people to use them, you don't nerf the general level. Is what I think. Requires some testing. Raise Zombie. The number of maximum Raise Zombie you can have to gem level 20 is now 6 from 7. Expected. Not that big of a deal. Zombie behavior now near the player is now less chaotic. Alright. I hope there's more nerf coming. Because if it's just we're gonna take one zombie away from them. I got news for you, buddy. We're still gonna run it. It's still gonna be OP. Shield charge. The radius of the damaging circle has been doubled. The effect have now been upgraded to match. We didn't bother to write to match what, because fuck you. It's probably a typo here. Something should be here. The radius of the damaging circle at the end charge has been doubled. The effect has been updated to match. Bleh. Alright. It's okay, but it seems to be a buff. So for maybe this is gonna bring back. But well, not bring back, but maybe like the Herald thing. I don't remember how it's called because I have my memory is blank right now. But auto bombers. Maybe it's gonna bring back auto bombers because the shield charge is gonna have such a huge area of effect. But it was kind of a shit skill anyway, so it needed. I don't know if that's gonna fix it. Sharpnel Ballista. I don't know why people use shield charge all the time when you have leap time if you're playing with attack speed, because you'd get stuck in corners. You can't skip stuff. It's just feels wrong. Sharpnel Ballista. Now deal base damage 38% from 33 up to 44 to level 30. Okay, they buffed Sharpnel Ballista. Cool. Spirit Offering. Ooh. Repeated rapid casting of Spirit Offering was far too efficient. Was it really, Dandy? As a mean of protecting and recovering minion life and player life through Mistress of Sacrifice. This still provides valuable protection from minion without being significantly better than almost every other tool available. Nothing grants a portion of the minion maximum life as an energy shield. That's basically all it did. It did. Now grant resistance to level 1 to 2. Okay, so it gives chaos resistance because they concurrently had a lot of chaos damage, so it should have been there. No longer grants a portion of the minion's maximum life as an energy shield. Okay. The problem was not Spirit Offering. The problem was Mistress of Sacrifice. Because if you guys have been watching my channel, I did try, because I was expecting a nerf of Necromancer, and I did try a Zombiemancer Guardian, and it was really strong, but it was not as strong as a Necromancer because you didn't have Mistress of Sacrifice, and that shit is busted. Now, if they nerf Spirit Offering, we're gonna go lower to see it, but I guess they didn't nerf Mistress of Sacrifice, and that's just stupid. What they do with this is they make Spirit Offering useless for everybody, except maybe still Mistress of Sacrifice, because Necromancer will still be able to get like Chaos Resist out of it, and maybe something else. I don't remember exactly what it gives, but it wasn't OP for all the classes, just for Necromancer. So now it's just going to be useless for Guardians and useless for any other minion type character that's going to want to use it. That was not the way to go, I think. It wasn't to nerf, because if you were using Spirit Offering on your minions, whether I was a Guardian, wasn't applying on me, it was okay. It was good. They could still get melted by their energy shield. So it was okay. It just didn't apply to me, so it wasn't overpowered. Whatever, that's my opinion. Someone carrying the golem. Now, because you're carrying golem, 5 more damage from 8%. Okay, so 3% less. Oh shit, wait. Up to a maximum of 50% from 80%. Oh, Jesus. That's a 30% less damage. Alright, fuck me, right? Carrying golem gave a too much a big buff. Well, we didn't have enough gem space when you're playing a summoner skill, so I guess now we're just not going to use summon carrying golem. That fixed one thing. It's not that much of a nerf. Like, if you had the space, you would put it in. If you didn't, you just wouldn't. Summon Holy Relic. Spend a minute's life in the tooltip. 0.2 cooldown instead of 0.25. Ooh, summon skeleton. That I want to know. Damage dealt by minions at all gems level has been lowered by approximately 40%. Holy shit, fuck. That wasn't the overpowered part. It was the zombies. Why did you nerf summon skeleton? Fuck you, that was my other option. Damage dealt by minion at all gems level have been lowered by approximately 40%. This change isn't visible in the gem. Oh, Christ. If you don't read the patch note, you're getting screwed. As it's a propriety of the minion itself. Alright. And does not affect skeleton mages and other non-basic skeleton minions summoned by Val summon skeleton. Huh. The number of maximum skeleton you can have is now 7 from 8. Doesn't really matter. You had like 25 of them when you're using Val's summon skeleton, so doesn't matter. Okay. I gotta go check, but if I remember correctly, there was passive skill that was transforming your skeleton into something else that we were just not using because it wasn't worth it. But if the way they phrased it is what I think, means if you use anything else than the base skeleton, you should not get that 40% reduced damage. So that means that if you transform your skeleton into skeleton archer, you should be like as overpowered as you were before. I don't remember if it's skeleton archer or skeleton mage. I'm running a blank here. I got this is gonna need some checking out. Change is invisible in the gem as I mentioned. So skeleton summoned by your Val. Okay, it might just apply to Val summon skeleton. But it was already overpowered for clearing. So I mean, if you're on the boss and you're just some of your skeleton get nerfed, but not all of them, it's like okay, it's still gonna be pretty damn strong. If you were playing I wasn't playing summon skeleton for one reason, and it's because it was shit to clear with. Like the zombies were just so much more powerful because they were faster to get through the enemy, but also you can convoke them to yourself. So it was a lot stronger. But the summon skeleton was absolutely disgusting in single target. Might not change anything at all. Alright, let's keep reading. Temporal chain now have 50% less effect against player. Previously had 40% reduce. Now, oh, wait a sec. Now has 50% less effect against player. Previously it has 40% reduced effect against player. Note that this change means it is modification with social increased curse effect. Ooh. Okay, so what this says is basically if you're playing a headhunter build, they nerfed it because you won't be able to apply your buff as long as you used to, but it's still a nerf, but you will be able to invest into curse effectiveness and make it so that you can maybe even go higher than what you used to be able to maintain your buff. But it's going to require a lot more investment. In my opinion, kind of a nerf. Gotta require some testing. Volatile Dead. Now displays are limited to 60 orbs at a time. Nobody gives a shit. Kinetic Blast. Now deals damage. Effectiveness up 140% up to 155 from... Okay, they buffed it from 10% because Kinetic Blast was still shit. Power time for now deals base damage. Okay, they need to fix Kinetic Blast. It's like it's really overpowered if you're close to a wall, but if you're not, it's gonna suck. There's easy fix to that. Power Siphon now deals base damage and as an added damage effectiveness 140, 159. Okay, they buff Power Siphon of 9% at level 20. Val skill balance. Valve Flame Blast. Now trigger 3 stage from every 5 stage. Now has a base radius. Okay, they buff the damage because it's gonna trigger earlier now. Okay, so Valve Flame Blast a bit more damage. Okay. Support gem balance. Boss the totem can now to 42% from 41. Oh, that's a good buff. That's like a 10% increased damage right there. Okay, so Ballista Totem, 10% increased damage. Feeding Frenzy support. I'll give minions the supported skill 25% chance to gain Frenzy to you on hit at level 1 up to 44% at level 20, previously 25. Okay, so you got more chance to get Feeding Frenzy. Longer causes minion from supported skill to deal more damage while you have Feeding Frenzy. What? Longer causes damage from supported skill to deal more damage when you... Okay. Okay, that's a big nerf. They're still going to be fast, but they're not going to do more damage. There's your Zombie Mancer. There's your Summoner buff nerf right there. Unleash support. Now cause the spell to do 20 less damage recurring. 26%. Sorry. Oh, this is taking forever. Jesus. No longer causes minion from your supported skill to deal more damage where you have Feeding Frenzy. Okay, no, sorry. Unleash support. 30% less damage recurring at level 1 up to the limit from 26. Oh, that's cool. Unleash. Get buffed. By 15%. That's nice. Awaken Unleash. Knock a spell to deal. 10% less damage when occurring. 8% at level 5 from 23. That's a good buff. That's a good buff. I don't even know what you could use Awaken Unleash for. I think I used it once or twice. Damn. I haven't been playing for a while. Huh. Passive tree balance. The second... Is that it? Is that all the... Damn, that wasn't a lot. No zombie nerf? Huh. Okay. Probably nerf Baron somewhere in there, because zombie's still going to be OP. Alright. Second passive on Passage Balance. The second passive on the energy shield path on the witch and start location, you get maximum energy shield from 10. Cool. And the first and last passive of the energy shield, passive energy, you get 3%. Increase energy shield in addition to the plus 10% maximum energy shield that you had previously. Cool. More energy shield stuff. One Stinger Cluster North have been reworked and it's going to 25% increase damage while wielding a wand. 5% increase attack speed with wands and cause increase and duration. Whoa. Reworks. Now again, 25% increase damage while wielding a wand. Cool. 5% increase attack speed. That's good. And causes increase in reduction to spell damage to apply to attack while wielding a wand. And causes increase in reduction to spell damage to... Oh shit. And causes increase in reduction to spell damage to apply to attack while wielding a wand. Nobody gives a fuck about the increases. It's 4% increase attack speed. No. Causes increase in reduction to spell damage to attack while wielding a wand. Wow. This is a free Crown of Eyes right there. Man, I can see some crazy shit happening. Oh my god, I kind of want to start a Wanderer now. Man, it's been ages. I think 4 leagues ago, I tried a Wanderer again and it sucked ass. And then they nerfed Barrage. And I was like, man, I wasn't even able to do a decent single target then. Like, there's no way in hell I'm trying to pull it off now. But this? Ooh, this is juicy. This is juicy. Enigmatic Reach now grants a 10% increased attack speed with staves. Increase the cast speed while in staff. The small passive immediately preceding it now grants an 8% increased area of effect while wielding a staff from 6%. Explosive Impact. This is fucking useless. Explosive Impact. None of the Templar now get you 30% increased fire damage from 25. 12% increased area of effect from 8. Nobody gives a shit. As well as plus 10 strength and intel. Oh, that's cool. Small passive start from the node alone grants 8% increased fire damage from 6. 8% increased area of effect from 4 cast speed with fire skill. So okay, yeah, that's cool. I know that node. It was kind of retarded. The first small passive in the cluster now grants 12% increased fire damage from 10. Useless. Searing heat clusters still connected to the same passive. Okay. Arcane expanses clusters move south and those are arcane vision. Okay, whatever. Ascendancy balance. Yay, more juicy stuff. Okay, but okay, this guy's Wanderer. Ooh. They were borderline doable. Now this might have blown them off the water, like completely overpowered shit. Because if they didn't change how Wen works and you could still roll, because sometimes you would get spell damage, crazy spell shit on your one. So that means you could apply, but if I don't know if it's like increased. Okay, let me read it back. I'm really excited about this. It could be really powerful. Oh, damn it. Okay, because you can roll add flat to spell damage and add flat to attack damage on a 1. And if you could roll both and they would both apply to your 1 damage, that could have been insanely crazy. But the way we read it now, it's increase and reduction to spell damage, so the flat amount will not work, just like Crown of Eyes. And it's increases and reduction. I'm not sure the more multiplier are going to apply. I'm pretty sure it's going to work like Crown of Eyes, and the more multiplier will not apply. Still, might be just the kick it needs to make one really strong, because you could get increased spell damage everywhere on your gear. Damn it. I'm not sure about this. Because in the game, okay, you can't assume that you're gonna get overpowered because of it, because the increase amount is never as much as a more increase. If you can't add the more increase, even if you get 200% increase spell damage squeezed somehow on your gear, it's not gonna make one playable. So unless the more multiplier apply here, so you can go low life and some crazy combos, it's not going to be overpowered. It might just be okay. And it's going to require a lot of investment. I got to do some research on that. Because if the more multiplier do apply on that passive, Wanderers are going to be really fucking powerful. Probably the most powerful out there. But if it doesn't, it's just going to be okay. Maybe? I don't know. Because even if, like I say, even if you had 200 increase spell damage all across the board on your gear, it's not going to make them overpowered at all. Moving on. Ascendancy balance. Necromancer. The line seems small for all the nerf it needs. Bone Barrier no longer grants elemental resistance per minion. Cool. Increased life and energy shield recovery per minion is now 2% from 3, capping out at 20 from 30. Okay. Commander of Darkness now grants you and your ally 30% from 20. My Necromancer is rusty. Let's check something out. They didn't nerf Mistress of Sacrifice. Okay. What's it? Bone Barrier. Alright. Grants level 20 Bone Armor skill. It still does, I guess. 1% additional physical damage reduction per minute up to 10%. It's still there. 3% to all Elemental resistance permanent up to 30. Increase recovery rate. Oh. What is bone armor? God damn it. And no longer grants you elemental resistance per minute. There was a cap. It was up to 30%. Okay, so it's just basically a nerf of your elemental resistance that it used to give. It just means that it's going to be a bit harder to build around it because you're going to have to add some elemental resistance on your gear. It's not. It was making your life easier, especially when you just popped your map. You started mapping because you could get your elemental resistance rather easy, but it's not a big nerf. The rest is just the biggest nerf is just that now you can't use offering to perma heal you. That's what it needed to be nerfed. The rest is just, okay, you nerf my quality of life a bit. It's not that big of a deal. Sorry. I'm still waiting for my Baron nerf. If they didn't nerf the Baron, this is still gonna be a Zombie Mancer League, I'm telling you. Okay, Assassin. Opportunist taking 20% more damage when it's in a rare and unique enemy nearby for 20%. Cool. Ambush and Assassinate now grant 25% more damage with hits and ailments against enemies that are on low life from 20. Okay, we didn't care about that. Low life enemies is not a problem. Mistwalker now grants 50% increased attack speed while elusive from 20%. Damn, man. They did nerf that elusive pretty hard. That's gonna give you more option when you go Assassin. Maybe you just won't want to go for the elusive buff. Because Assassin was hitting pretty hard before. Now it's gonna hit a bit harder. But the elusive part is gonna be kind of meh. Bit less powerful. Might just go for something else. I don't know. I don't know what I feel about this. Guardian. Radiant Faith now grants maximum energy shield equal to 10% of your reserved mana to you and your allied from 15. No, that's kind of the only good thing about Guardians. Why? Like, I know if you were investing 30 exalt in your build, you could get some crazy amount of mana, but your damage would still suck, and you'd have to invest a crazy. This okay. I feel this is kind of a nerf for people who had a crazy amount of currency. We're just building 20k energy pool Guardians. But when you have 100 exalt to put in a build, it's okay. Like, if you're OP, you're going to be OP anyway. That's... Now you're just... Because this nerf is going to affect the people who are using like 10 to 15 exalts build on your Guardian and just want something a bit more tanky. Your damage is still going to be shit. Because Guardian gives almost nothing to damage. It's mainly only tankiness. Now they reduced that. It wasn't tanky to the point it needed nerf, in my opinion. If you're playing a beefton, you're like, you got easy tank right there. Guardian was the hard way to get a tank some tankiness, because you'd have to have higher gear. You need to have more currency. You need to be higher in the game because you got to go energy shield, and you need to have a high mana pool. That nerf. I'm not okay with that nerf. This is basically going to make people not want to play Guardian at all, because it was the only thing about them. It was like, you get a big fucking amount of energy shield. Your clear speed is going to be trash. Your damage is going to be not higher than anyone else, but, you know, we're going to have a big energy shield pool. Item balance. Physical damage taken as chaos are now mutually exclusive. So you can't roll 2 on an item. Okay, fuck me, right? Again, it's so rare. Like, people are gonna have to spend 10 exalts to get these. Now it's gonna be... I don't care. I couldn't really... I didn't have the deep pocket enough to use it anyway. But it's kind of like, right? Do you think people who have hundreds of exalts of gear is long? They need to understand when you have 200 exalts to put on a character, it's normal that you're OP. Don't balance your game around this. If you manage to get 200 exalts, you're good. Like, you deserve to rape the entire game. This is what it was designed for. You're rich. You farm your way up to 200 exalt. You get to do what you want. Curse on it modifier found on the ring are now mutually exclusive. This does not include ones obtained via item corruption. Oh. Mutually. I didn't even know you could run a double curse on it ring. Was that a thing? I know you could get one curse on it and then corrupt it. It might have been a way to corrupt it to have another curse, but okay, so now you can't run double curse rings. Again, for the rich guys. Alright. Corrupting Jewel and now grant enemy have minus against your hit as an implicit. People are just gonna corrupt the fuck out of jewels. Every jewels can have that? Huh. You just gotta corrupt the fuck out of jewels. This is what's gonna happen. If you play physical, corrupt your jewels. Until you get this. Minus 2% the total physical damage reduction. Corrupt implicit on belts. This is great. Alright. Corrupt implicit on belts, which increases 2 different attributes, are now mutually exclusive. Again, for the rich. But I was using this though. It could be like the base belts were. Okay. Corrupt explicit on belts, which increase 2 different attributes, are not mutually exclusive. There was a way to corrupt your belts so you'd get, I don't remember what the percent was, but it was like 6% strength, 6% dexterity. Like you could get a couple of, but it wasn't overpowered. And the base were starting at like crazy amounts of currency. I remember because I thought I managed to bought one for like 4x at one point. It was kind of build defining for me. I don't remember, but it's like, did it really need a nerf? I think they just took out everything that could roll double on an item. The enduring modifier on a mana flask now has 30% reduced duration from 25. And I also have a 30% reduced amount recovered. Yeah, it was kind of a way to dodge the mana requirement, but damn it, Path of Nerf. They nerfed everything. Flasks with this modifier are no longer queued while a stronger effect is active. Instead, the duration will continue to expire. What's the point of having enduring then? To expire while no effect until the stronger flask effect ends. If I understand this correctly, it should change nothing. You would pop your mana and could still queue it, but if you have like if you have a lot of mana flasks, it's gonna use the strongest one. Okay, that's cool. A bit of a nerf where there's a 5% nerf of the duration, but it's like, okay, whatever. Bows can now roll a higher level suffix, which causes them to fire 2 additional arrows. The existing spin ring mode can now appear on the lower level bow and is more common. Okay. Bow still need a buff. Because it was supposed to be the bow league last league, and they just basically what they did was, we're nerfing tornado shots, so you have to use something else. And it's like, man, everything else sucks. We're just not gonna play bow. If you can get 2 additional arrow easier, might help. But it's not going to unlock a lot of bow builds, I'm telling you. Yeah. It's just, they got to think about this. If everything else sucks, don't just nerf the strongest one and make it so that we can't complete the game with the other skills. We're just going to be like, fuck this. We're just going to play something else. Modifiers can only be appeared on body armor. Now reduce the damage taken over time by 5 to 7% from 8 to 10. If you use a divine orb. Jesus Christ. Were people abusing this? Because I wasn't. If you're using a divine or whatever. Okay, so basically they reduced the number of damage over time reduction you could get. Chaos damage was a problem last league. This might have been helping. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it required a nerf. The negative modifier on a weapon has 3 to 5% damage as extra chaos damage from 8 to 10. It was already nerfed! Why are you nerfing it again? Jesus Christ, nobody wants to play fucking chaos conversion anymore. You can't divine your old. Do you know how much I tried to do a fucking chaos converted character with Eternity Shroud, I think it's called, the one with like takes chaos resistance off the monster. It was more powerful than the regular version, but it's such a struggle to make work, and it's a lot of fucking currency you gotta put because everything with that is super expensive now. And they nerfed it, and now they nerfed it again. The 3 to 5. This is not gonna be playable. Chaos conversion is dead. It's gonna be flat chaos or nothing. 3 to 5%, Jesus Christ. 3% increased damage for great chaos. What the fuck are you gonna do with your 3%, man? Shove it up your ass. Elemental resistance expansion only applies to attacks. Your spells were too powerful. Were they? It now penetrates 5 to 7% of enemy resistance from 13 to 15. Jesus Christ. The existing items are affected by the penetration change. Whew. Alright, so elemental resistance band just got power nerf across the board. Okay. This is going to be a rough league. Unless they nerf the monsters. I really hope they nerfed. Because they, in the recent league, what they did was buff the health, resistance, and damage of every monster in the game, which is cool. But because harder game could be fun, especially Path of Exile, because that was kind of easy. But they nerf player again and again and again and again in every single league to a point where the gap was so big that you're just not, in my opinion, just not, and I made a rant about this last league, you're just not playing a build to be fun anymore. It's like I have to play certain shit to be able to cope out with the monsters because you guys nerfed everything else in general. And if I'm not using an exploit or something really powerful, I'm struggling to keep up. And they, in the patch note that we saw higher, they seem to have buffed the monsters. The monsters by themselves, because the map were going to be harder and harder and harder if you could manage them. But there seems to be nerfing every single builds, not just the one who needed nerfing. They seem to be nerfing your damage across the board here. Chaos conversion, elemental penetration. Physical hasn't been touched yet. Let's keep it up. What's about a jewel? Modifier now grants 2% increased maximum life from 2 to 5%. Vision now grants 3% increased maximum energy from 8 to 10. Jesus. Oof, right in the feels. Because they nerfed the jewel life and energy pool it would give you. I hope this is just to fix the... Because there's also another option. They nerfed everything because the new passes are going to be so powerful that it's going to be hard to keep up with. And they needed to nerf everything across the board. If it's not overpowered, this is a good nerf. Ugh. Everything's going to be harder, especially while you're leveling. I think there's going to be a struggle while leveling for sure. Because you won't have access to those passive while leveling. And you're still going to get... Oh, okay, whatever. Maybe not. I don't know. Xopec modifier cannot apply to Blue Glove Hammer. Middle version can increase maximum. The middle version now grants increased maximum mana rather than the flat mana regen. Ooh! That's cool. For Guardians, thank you. This affects existing item. But you can't roll more mana on glove. Okay, I'm not sure what the Xopec's modifier is. Huh. Okay. Fuck me. Okay, remember how we saw higher that they nerfed the amount of mana you would get as a guardian, and there was a couple nerf to mana because mana guardian are getting hit right in the nuts. Well, you can't roll mana increase on those armor and stuff. So gloves, boots, and everything, you can't get increased mana anymore. Flat mana, it's over. But you can't get it on your fucking on your amulet. Okay. There needs to be some build defining passive or build defining items in the new league because guardians are done. They are done. All right. Sorry. Jewel grants 2% increase maximum life. Okay, I saw this one. I saw that one. Okay, so boots, glove, and helmet, no more mana. The amulet version now grants increased maximum mana instead of mana flat mana regen. Yeah, but you still took 3 other mana rolls from me. So you basically nerfed it to the ground. Priority modifier now grants 3 to 5% of physical. Maybe with uniques you can cover it. I don't know. Modifier now grants 3% physical damage taken as an element from 9 to 10. They nerfed again. Jesus Christ, they're gonna hit like trucks. What this patch is doing right now is making unique item a lot stronger than yellows, because sometimes you could go with a yellow armor and yellow, but now you're just gonna go with the strongest unique you can find. In my opinion. Because they nerfed it too hard. This is basically the only reason you would go for yellow. It's mitigating damage. And if they're nerfing it, it's like, well, fuck yellows. I'm just gonna go with a good unique armor. This is what's gonna happen. Chaos, fucking belly of the beast. They're gonna lore weaves. This is what they're gonna go for. One-handed weapon modifier now grants 50 to 66% increased damage by your minion from 70 to 75. Another minion nerf. Okay. 200 weapon version now grants 85 to 94% increased damage dealt by your minion. From 105 to 210. Can use divine or existing weapon if you're okay. It's an okay nerf. We kind of needed it. Frostblink travel distance. Element now grants 50% increased travel distance from the mirror surface and 75 from 100%. Jesus Christ, man. So they buffed Frostblink sucked. Nobody was using it. Nobody. So they buffed it by itself, but then they're like, hey, because I tested it with everybody at some point who wanted to see if Frostblink was good, tested with the Ancient. So they nerfed Frostblink, they buffed Frostblink, and they're like, hey, you know the Ancient that was making Frostblink like a bit stronger? We're gonna nerf it to balance shit. No, you're not. Stop. Frostblink sucks. Now you're just trying to fucking bring it back to where it was. It's like, dude. Christ. We're making a change, and you're going to see that in the patch lower, we're going to take that change back. So we're basically making the same fucking shit it was before. No, it's probably going to be a bit better, but at this point, I'm not even sure I'm going to test it. I still will, but it's gonna be shit. Oh god, this is funny. They're making a change and then they're taking it back lower because it's like, it's gonna be too strong. You're gonna take it back. Why make the change? You can no longer obtain a +2 projectile in Pyroclast, Mine, Enchant. Oh, they buffed it higher. Same thing here. They buffed it higher, but they nerfed the lab Enchant. Okay. GGG. Working. They 2 step forward, 1 step forward, 2 step backwards. That's what they're doing. Crafted modifier. The Veil modifier that grants +1 to your maximum number of summoned skeleton and raised zombie can now only be crafted on the helmet slot. Okay, you could have it on your body armor. I wasn't even aware of this. Probably because I had too much zombies already. So this would not affect my build. New mods are available on the Hunter Influence and Warlord Influence glove. Another tier of maximum resistance modifier are now available on boots. You can now roll a second tier of these. Okay, but they don't say us what kind of modifiers we're getting. Damn it. We are going to obey the mod restriction of Dagger and Warstave. Oh, okay, they were. Yeah, I heard about that. They were bypassing the restriction mod. Shepherd Influence helmet can now get nearby. Sorry. Damn it. Shepherd Influence near a helmet can now gain nearby enemy takes increased elemental damage instead of a specific element. Okay. Because they could before take increased cold damage and everything, but now it's going to be specific. It's not going to be specific. It's going to be across the board. Okay, I'll take it. Elder Influence Quiver can no longer gain chance to gain a frenzy charge and kill. Nobody gives a shit at all. Warlord's Influence Bell can now gain increased damage. A value slightly higher than those found on Veil items. Okay. Share items can no longer gain increased energy shield. Oh, damn it. They really nerfed energy shield. It wasn't that strong. It was underused. Like, nobody was going energy shield anymore. You had to go Guardian to go energy shield. They nerfed Guardian, they nerfed energy shield across the board. This is not going to be an energy shield league. Unless, like I say, they always new items, new passive, new everything. It's going to be in the new stuff. Because if you're using the old stuff, you're not going to go energy shield for sure. Increased fire, cold, and lightning damage modifier on belts. From all Cassandra influence belts, respectively, can now roll 5% higher than previously. Cool. That's just an increase. Nobody cares. Existing items can be divine. Nobody cares. The influence automatic can now gain chaos damage least as life. That could be nice. That's cool. Or spell. Chaos spell damage. Chaos damage leeches life. Is it gonna work with chaos spells? I'm not sure. Because chaos damage leeches life is like, I don't know. It should work. It would be cool if it does. If this could be a big deal if it works with like contagion and shit. This could be great. Fossil crafting. I don't care about fossil crafting. Okay, I'm sorry guys. I'm just gonna skip this because I just don't use fossil. Oh, I'm gonna read it. Okay, I'll read it for you. Okay, I don't fossil craft at all. Fossil can no longer craft any prefix or suffix. We want to create. I'll read it entirely. We want crafting to be a way to get great items, but not the only way to get the very best items. Cool, because I fucking hate it. Fossil crafting in particular was the only way to obtain a large number of very desirable mods. It was a pain in the dick. We've done away with all fossil exclusive mods except those found on Faced, Bloodstain, and Hollow Fossil. Remark the number of them to other sources. Oh, cool. So you can still get it, just other ways. You don't have to fucking fossil craft all day. Okay, cool. Seems like a good improvement to me. Fossil can no longer craft any prefix something that can be obtained elsewhere. With exception of those granted by which can be changed vendor or sell price. Okay, cool. On boots, +2 level of Sucketed Fire Gem now from Moral Influence. Okay, so now they restricted it to single-handedly influenced of warlords and shit. Cool. I'm reading it real quick, see if there's anything of value here. Because I don't want to. Okay, this is the one I was using on my helm last league. People were using that. I was already using the Warlord and Redeemer stuff to like get this. So it wasn't. I don't know what they changed. I don't get it. The enemies have can be found into Warlord and Crusader and Redeemer influence. We were already rolling them there. Why are you saying it's now not exclusive to Fossil? This is false advertisement. Body armor, second and a half of the amount it costs. Now from Warlord Influence. It was already from Warlord Influence, goddammit. Are they saying that we can't no longer roll them on Fossil? Christ, GGG. Okay. Quiver, Frenzy, I think. Chance to get a Frenzy charge on hit. Oh. Now from okay, this we didn't have. From Elder Influence, you can now gain Frenzy Charge on hitting a rare or unique enemy. Ooh, that's good stuff. That's really good stuff, man. This is Frenzy Generation on bosses that you can get from fucking Elder Influence Quiver. I'm gonna stockpile those. If it wasn't, no, it wasn't. It wasn't because I was always trying to find a way to generate Frenzy Charges, and there wasn't a ton. And if there was a way with the Quiver, I'd fucking know it. So now you can with a Quiver. That's great. Increase chaos damage. And increase damage. Nobody cares about the increase. He says, this is a multiplier. This is good. This is an increase. I don't give a shit. Second attacks deal more damage now from Shaper. Now found on Shaper Influence. Oh, daddy, yes. Second attack spell now deals more damage. Don't have to fucking fuss out craft them. There's gonna be some crazy ass stave, bow, and whatnot now because it's gonna be easier to craft. This is gonna upgrade our damage. You're not gonna have to spend 50 exiles on a quiver, on a bow or a stave. Now you're gonna be able to just have a regular price because it's gonna be a lot easier to find. Great. Because you can still get this, like they're saying, you can still get it from fossil crafting, but it was expensive because it was hard to get the fossil craft, spell deal more damage, and get other mods that you'd want. So that's really, really good. Damage penetrate 1%. And then fossil exclusive modifier and the lower gonna be obtained in any form. Existing item will be unchanged. Okay. So, the crafters are gonna be pissed, but I'm for those changes. First, it's gonna make them easier to obtain. They're gonna be cheaper, so the mass will be able to get them. And also, I won't have to goddamn fossil craft or farm for fossil or buy fossil to get them anymore. The price for fossil are gonna drop like crazy now, and people are just gonna stop playing delves, I think. And for me it's a good thing. I'm sorry for you if you liked it, but I hated delving. I hated it. It was a way to get cheap fucking currency by farming. I hated it. I hated that play style. And if you wanted to push it, you had to play specific balls. I hated it. It was annoying. It was stuff was expensive from fossil, from every abyss sorry. The stuff from fossil crafting was always expensive because it was from a thing that people resent doing. That's the only reason why it was expensive. People were farming fossil and selling it expensive because other players like me just don't want to go there. I don't want to go in the mine. Right. New watchstones always drop with a number of views that is a multiplier of 3. What is this wizardry? Okay. I don't understand this line. Moving on. The Savior Mirage Warriors created by this weapon can now consume charges by bypass cooldowns. If the skill they use has a cooldown that can be bypassed this way, for example, Flicker Strike, Mirage Warrior, and all consume frenzy charges, then they run out, at which point they will only use Flicker Strike once the cooldown expires. Okay. Sorry. Okay, this is a weird wording. I tried the Savior last league, and I didn't want to play Cyclone because it was basically only good for single target. Because the Mirage Warrior were kind of retarded. They were really retarded in the way they were playing. And I tried Flicker Strike. That was my first idea. I tried Flicker Strike to make them work because I thought they just don't need to have a good AI to work. They're just gonna use Flicker and kill everything. But I ran into that problem. They were not consuming frenzy charges to like use the cooldown, and they didn't seem to be affected by the maximum number of frenzy charges you could have access to. They don't seem to have fixed that problem. I gotta check my old videos, but the way I saw this, they wouldn't bypass. If I had like a ranger and I had 7 maximum number of frenzy charges, they would be stuck at 3. And sometimes they seem to generate frenzy on some stuff, but some abilities, some passives, some weapons, they would just not generate them. So Savior was really clunky. Some stuff would affect it, some stuff wouldn't affect the Mirage. I don't know what they fixed, and I'm gonna wait until somebody tests it for me because it's a fucking expensive sword to buy, and I built my entire character around it, and it wasn't working properly with a lot of skills. I don't remember if I made a video about it. I should have made a video about it to tell people to hold on if they were trying to make a Flicker Strike build, because a lot of stuff wasn't working in my testing. At least now they fixed it. They consume charges. They fixed that. They consume charges, which is great. So it's going to be viable with Flicker Strike. I'm just wondering if they're going to generate the frenzy charges like they should, and if they're going to have the maximum number of frenzy charges they should have. Because they seem to be working on some sources, and some sources they wouldn't. Some passive works, some item works. It was kind of clunky. But it's a good thing. It's a good change. The aura granted by this item now have a radius. Singularity. The aura granted to this item 35 units from 25. Whatever. Nobody cares. Zerfie's Heart now grants Soul Eater for 20 seconds upon using a Val skill from 10 seconds. Woo! So 30% increased damage. Okay, Zephy's Heart is weird because it seems like a great buff and even playable for people who are not playing like Headhunter's character. But you gotta understand that, because this kind of thing usually use temporal chains, and as we saw higher, it's GGG once again. 1 step forward, 2 step backwards. They buffed Zerfie's Heart of double the time you could use it, but when you played Zerfie's Heart, you usually use the temporal chain curse to make it last longer, and they nerfed that by half. So you come back to the same goddamn thing. It's not gonna be longer unless you invest in curses. Then you can maybe squeeze a bit more time out of Zerfie's Heart. But it's like, dude, why make it 20 seconds if you're gonna nerf the temporal chain? It's like 1 step backward, 2 step back, 1 step forward, 2 step backward. So still increase damage. Oh, that's a good increase. Mana region per second, nobody gives a shit. Shepherd's presence buff granted by this item. Now gets to buff expiration speed. What? Okay, I gotta see this item. Gonna have to do some comparison. Fat fingers. Shaper's presence for 10 seconds. Cool. Temporal chain has a reduced mana reserve. Cool. Amazingly the reason why we were using it. Shaper's presence cause effect on your to expire 20% slower. This effect increases the duration of all effects. Positive and negative by 25%. Let's read this. Not 3% damage. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. The Shepherd presence buffs. This is the only one we give a shit about. Granted by this item now grants minus 20% to buff expiration speed. From 33. Shepherd's presence causes the effect on you to expire 20% slower. They did. This is going to increase the duration of all effects. What's happening? Did they already upgrade it? Yeah, they did. Oh, okay. God damn it, you son of a bitch. I wanted to understand it. Fuck. From 33%. That's a nerf. That's a huge ass nerf. Minus 20% to buff expiration speed from 33. Fuck me, I guess. Or not. I think my brain is kind of marshmallows. This is a nerf, right? Comments, please fix this for me. I'm not sure. The buff experience speed. Ah, Christ. The buff experience speed from 33%. Shipper buff granted by this item now grants minus 20% to buff experience speed. Okay. Now grants 20% buff experience speed from 33. Used to give minus 33% buff expiration. So your buff is gonna... Yeah, I know, it's a nerf. It's gonna expire faster. And we don't want that. Was it 33% before? Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna try something. Exile trade. Oh shit, I won't be able to see it. Oh, because it's just gonna say Shaper's presence. Maybe they didn't fix that yet. Oh, cool. Okay, they didn't fix it. Shaper persist causes effects on you and nearby ally to expire 30%, 33% slower. The effect increases the duration of all positive and negative effects. This effect effectively increases the duration of all effects, positive and negative, by 50%. Oh, so it's a nerf. It's a nerf. It's a nerf. It's a nerf. Sorry, guys. My brain is kind of a marshmallow state. So they nerfed it. It didn't need to be nerfed at all. Okay. Tempered Flashed. Oh shit. Tempered Flash Spirit Mind Transcendent Flash has been completely reworked. Existing item, no only effect, new version. I was kind of using that on most of my builds. Tempered Flash now grants -1 strength per strength located on passive and 2% increased life recovery rate per 10 strength on passive. It used to do what? I don't remember. God damn it. Tempered Flash now uses on increased 2% increased life recovery rate. It didn't used to do that. It used to give you life, right? I think it's important for us to take the time to look at this. Did they update it? Yeah, they did. Fuck. Oh, used to give you crit multiplier. Huh. Okay, that's the one who used to give you crit multi. With... Did they invert it? I'm confused. Tempered Flesh now grants -1% strength, unallocated radius, and 2% increase unallocated passive, and 2% increase life recovery rate per 10 strength. Okay. The wiki is wrong here. The wiki is wrong. It used to give critical strength multi, but now it gives increased life recovery rate. What the hell? Well, at least that's what the patch says. 2% increase life recovery rate per 10 strength. It's simple. It's clear. Up to 3% recovery rate per 10 strength. Okay, this could be great. Life recovery rate is a good thing. We needed that. Oh shit. 7% to critical strike multiplier on 10. Oh, so it will give you crit strike multi and life recovery rate. Jesus. Okay. Tempered Spirit now grants dexterity, allocated passive, and 2% movement speed per those increase. It doesn't used to do that? Tempered Mind, this one I know. Then I'll get passive to increase mana. 2% increased mana recovery rate per 10. This is shit. Transcendent Mind. Now grants 1 until 3% increased mana recovery rate per 10 increase. Reduced mana recovery rate. This used to be flat mana. No, Grand Spectrum used to be flat mana. Okay, I wasn't using this one. I don't remember. Fuck. Just in this, man, there's so much stuff in this game. I don't remember everything. 3% increased movement speed. That could be cool though. Increased movement speed per 10 dexterity. Reduced movement speed. It's an increase. God damn it. What do you... Is it still limited to 3? It used to be limited to 3. It's not. Oh. No, Grand Spectrum were the one limited to 3, I think. Some research are required. I'm kind of bad on my knowledge on those jewels, but seems to be a different change. It's neither nerf nor a buff. It's kind of a random stuff. Okay. Because if 20% dexterity, 3% movement speed. No, okay, yeah, that Grand Spectrum and Free Your Mind, those are the one I'm used to play with. Those I never touch. Okay. 3% movement speed per 10% increase. I like it. This is the one they added up. Am I crazy? Okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. This is the new ones. Look okay. I mean, you're gonna add some movement speed. Maximum like 25% movement speed. It's good. It's good. It's great. It's fun. It's cool. It's gonna take a jewel spot, but it's cool. I mean, I'd probably use that. That's a good nice jewel here. Grand Spectrum. All right, those are the ones I kind of want to know about. Cobalt version of grants 25% increased critical stress per Grand Spectrum from 30 to maximum mana. No! Oh my lord, Guardian, do the fucking... Okay, I need to... Verdurian version now grant elemental damage per Grand Spectrum from 12. Chrism version? 7% Grand Spectrum from 30% more rating. Fuck. Fever in Mind now increase the mana cost of skill by 50% from 100. Now grants 30 the increased percent spell damage from 20 to 30. Okay, it gives more spell damage. That's cool. So if I effective item. Except since they're all corrupted reroll. Blame it Zeri Frank for the mouth. Okay. Blame it Zeri. You're funny, Chris. You're funny. Okay. So fuck, they nerfed. Okay, Guardians are done. Like we really need a way to gather more mana. Grand Spectrum now gives critical strike chance, and it's not an additive to your weapon, it's just a regular crit strike chance, which is shit. It used to give you 30% maximum mana per Grand Spectrum, and you had a maximum of 3 or 4 Grand Spectrum you could add, which was like 90 mana per Grand Spectrum or something like that, and you get 3 of them, so it was like 200 or 300 or something mana. And now it's like, fuck you. That's sad. It's really sad. They really think that Guardian need, because this is only for Guardian. Only class who's gonna use flat mana is Guardian. Don't get me wrong. So it's not like they're nerfing anything else here. It's only they're hammering Guardian down for I don't know what reason. Probably gonna play Chieftain this league, boys. No Guardians. Fevered Mind now increase the mana cost of skill. Okay, so the mana conversion thing where you had spell damage is gone with the helmet. I don't know what it's called. Increase a bit. Okay, gives spell damage. But again, it's an increase. It's nice, it's good. But is it gonna be worth another jewel slot? Cap 120. You could get 120% spell damage per. Oh, okay, no, it's gonna be powerful. This one's might be overpowered though. People who were using it for specifically upgrading their cost of skill are gonna be pissed because it's gonna dump a lot of builds. A lot of builds are just gonna go right down the shitter with this. But I think for spellcaster, especially with ones that we saw that could get spell increase damage added up to them, you're gonna get 120% increase damage per Fever Mind. And you can have 3. So that's gonna be 500% spell damage right there. That's a lot of spell damage. I think they were brain dead when they came out with it. That's just brain dead shit right there. Shadow's Ditch now has increased defense. Shadow Stitch has now increased defense. Okay, cool. Anne's Heritage now increased 2% of mental resistance while you have no endurance charges. You can use it. Nobody cares. Shaper's Touch now. Oh, Shaper's Touch now grants 1+1 maximum mana per 4 strength. From 2 maximum mana plus 4 strength. Did you guys wanted more mana? Because you're not getting any. Nerf, 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 nerf. Okay, Guardian is dead. I wouldn't play Guardian until half the league is done to see what kind of item I could get to replace everything they nerfed. Fuck, that was kind of my alternative to Necromancer. Increase energy shield. And 1% increase energy shield per 10 strength from 2% increase energy shield. Wait, fuck you, energy shield. Just play life, buddy. You're done. It's basically strength build that are getting hammered though. So it's okay. You can use Divine Orb, fuck you. Crown of Eyes now increase and reduction to spell damage now apply to attacks. 150% of their value from 100%. That's cool. It's a good switch. Because Crown of Eyes was, it doesn't give you any life. It doesn't really give you any energy shield. It was giving you okay damage. And it was like, it's a good option if you want to add some damage cheap. But converting everything to spell damage just to add that little layer of extra damage was not really worth it. But 150% of what you have converted to damage, it's going to be used now. I see people use this. That's a good change. Good job. China Command. Been upgrading the animated weapons. Skill granted by this item. Having updated. I don't even know what this does. The level 18 version of the skill adds the attack minion animated by it. This level skill can animate up to 13 minions. What is this? Oh, okay, it's probably a thing that was using animated weapon. This kind of made this item have been updated on the animated weapon. The latest version of the skill. Added up. Blah blah blah. Minion animated. Okay, you need to know this item to understand the gibberish. They basically made it so that it's the new animated weapon version. I need to check it out. I might do a build guide on this because I'm kind of curious what it would give. Really curious. I'll check this later. Black Steel, the on-kill skill. This weapon have been updated in the line with animated weapon. Okay, whatever. Baron. Oh my lord. There it is. There it is. The Baron. Now grants 10 to 20% increased minion maximum life from 20. Whatever. It's not what it was powerful for. +1 to maximum number of raised zombie per 500 strength. Oh shit. From 300. And with at least 1,000, I get Alicia's life. Oh, okay. Let's do some math. Let's see if that nerf was worth. On average, god damn it, I don't remember how much strength I have, but I know on average you can muster 6,000 strength. So let's say you got 6,000 strength. Normally, oh, device, god damn it. Okay, normally you would get 12 zombies out of the Baron. Now, you will get... Fuck you. That's what you get. I'm tired. No, it was 300. Okay. So you get 20 and now you're getting 16. Let's just say you're doing something more on the normal side. So let's say you're doing 3,000 strength. So you're doing a strength build and you have 3,000 strength and you used to have 10 zombies out of it. Cool. Now you're getting 6. That's 4 zombies less. And they nerfed the number of zombies you could get higher there. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna say that Zombie Mancer is dead. What pisses me off is that I wanted to do a Guardian. Okay, so first off, the nerf they did to Zombie Mancer, the Necro version, is okay. We got 4 less zombie from that, and we got, I think, another 2 lesser zombies from anything up there, which is cool. But there's a couple things we need to work out here. The problem was not the clear, it was the single target. And on the single target, zombies were kind of strong, but at the same time, Summon Skeleton was outclassing them a lot. And I was not using it because I didn't need it, but I could just summon Summon Skeleton with my zombies to cover up for the lack of damage and stuff, and they would just destroy boss. So, in my opinion, this is a good nerf. The only thing I don't like is that, yes, you did nerf Spirit Offering, but is it gonna be like... It's because they nerfed Guardian to the ground. That's what pisses me off. They nerfed Guardian to the ground. And my option was to play Guardian if Necromancer was getting nerfed too hard. Zombies have been nerfed hard, but not hard enough. But now they've nerfed Guardian so hard that you just can't play Guardian. You just can't. If you play Guardian, you're just gonna struggle, especially early game. Because you're gonna need crazy amount of gear to get to where you were before. So it's kind of meh. At the same time, boys and girls, we have a total of average 6 to 7 zombie less than what we used to have. Is this gonna change your single target enough to say that you're gonna suck? No. This build is still gonna be strong. It's still standing strong. Especially since we have new passives coming in and we have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And if they can increase zombie damage, it's probably going to be at the same spot it was before. Maybe a less powerful, but it's still going to be strong. One problem I do have is that if they nerf the damage of the zombies, that would be perfect because they were too strong, but the clear was meh. Now they've nerfed the number of zombies you have, so the clear is gonna be shit. Especially early game because you won't have enough summons. Like, you won't have that much zombies to just hit everything. My guess is the clear is gonna be absolute garbage, and you're gonna have to find another way to get some clear speed. So that's my take on it. That's my take on it. I do hope that we manage to get some clear speed out of zombies, but in my opinion, for clear speed, unless there's something in the new items or in the new passive that makes it faster, for clear, summoners are done. They are done. I've tested other summon thingies and they sucked ass. For clear, zombies was the way to go, and they've dropped the number of 7 zombies, which is almost half of what we used to have. I'm pretty sure they're done. We're gonna see, but I'm pretty sure for clear it's done. For single target, we're gonna find ways to make our single target as strong as it was. That's not a problem. We're just gonna pop on zombies. That's what's gonna happen. Maybe the tankiness is gonna be kind of average, but we'll see. But for clear speed, zombies are done. I'm just wondering for like the rest, how it's gonna be. Cool. Death's Harp now grants a 50% critical strike multiplier from 100. Death Harps was not strong. The bow builds are not powerful. Why are you nerfing fucking... Is it because it was too strong compared to his rare variant? It sucked anyway. Nobody was using Death Harp. God damn it. Obliteration now has a 25 added physical damage from... Okay, they're buffing Obliteration. Cool. Threat of Hope. Clarify the description of the area in which you can allocate passive. Cool. Eclipse Soloist no longer has added physical damage. God damn it, I really want to go through that patch note. Are we only at half? Oh my lord. Okay, most of it is bug fix. Cool, because I'm really tired. Eclipse Soloist no longer has added physical damage. It's now... Was Eclipse Solaris supposed to be strong? Okay, they changed it. No longer has added physical damage. Cool. It now has fire damage and 6 to 10% increased attack speed. Might make it an option, I guess. This does not affect existing version of this item or its faded version. Why would you use it then? Oh my fucking lord. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about this. Doriani's Fist now has 30% increased shock effect. Okay. Plus 80 to 100% energy shield from 30. Plus 80 to 100% energy shield from plus 30. Cool, because we really need energy shield. 30% increase. 30% chance to shock from 10. It's going to be a shock thing, I guess. And now grants 250 energy shield on killing a shocked enemy. From 30. Oh, that's cool. As a map sustain. Gonna still be shit on boss, but okay. Increase shock effect. By Sentinel, existing event can be updated to use new version. Okay, so basically they made it so the sustain of the Rianis is better in map clear, which is cool, I guess. These changes affect all versions of the item. Wait, there was something else. Now has 30% less attack speed from 50% less attack speed. Oh, cool. Okay, they buffed the attack speed. And now it has 40% chance to shock from 20. It's gonna be a shocking thing. The thing they're doing here is like, you shock an enemy, you're gonna be able to heal out of him, and he's gonna get massive amount of damage because he's shocked. But with these slow ass attack, they don't understand that you can't just punch and clear everything. You gotta punch, get shock in, and then punch again, so that they get the punch, the shock effect on them. So you need to hit twice, and it's not good for an attack that is supposed to be slow. It's counterintuitive. That's what it is. Might be good though. I don't know. Mind of the Council no longer recovers mana on shocking an enemy. Cool, because nobody gives a shit. Now, because it's a attack skill to have added lightning damage equal to 6% of your maximum mana. Well, woo fuckity who. Mind of the Council no longer recover mana on shocking an enemy. Now, because it's attack skill to have added lightning damage equal to 6% of your maximum mana. And causes you to lose 3% of your mana when you use an attack skill. Six percent of your mana. Added lightning damage. So that's flat lightning damage? They're gonna... This is gonna be like the maximum amount of lightning damage added to your maximum mana? We used to be able to get crazy amount of maximum... It got nerfed, as we saw. Well, it used to be able to get crazy amount of maximum mana there. So, let's say we got... That seems to be a lot of fucking flat damage. Because it's gonna get multiplied by everything. Huh. Huh. So this seems to be really powerful. But then again, who's gonna go play full mana when they nerf Guardian? Because you kinda don't want to go that way, because they nerf the mana you could get. But at the same time, you're gonna want to play Mind of the Council for that sweet, juicy flat lightning damage. There's a lot of stuff that gives you flat lightning damage now. Huh. Huh. So this could be really powerful, I guess. I don't know if Path of Building has been updated, but I'm gonna do some math here, because I think this could be powerful. This could be really, really decent. Moving on. I'm really wondering how they're going to make you use that 6%. Is it because if it's a flat amount of damage and you just add it at the end of your like maximum potential attack with lightning, it's gonna be really strong. Like if you can get up to 500 flat lightning damage, it's gonna be like, dude, 500 lightning damage? That's insane. That's just 500 lightning damage multiplied by everything you got. It's like you're gonna get 3 millions out of this single item right there. Makes no sense at all. I know there's like less mana source than there used to be, but still seems strong. Alright, moving on for real. Soul Catcher no longer reduces the cost of Val skill. It now grants 80% critical strike chance. What? Critical strike chance with Val skill. Nobody gives a shit. And now increase damage with Val skill by 80 to 120% from this. That sucked, but now it sucks ass. Okay. It reduced the cost of your Val skill, but now you're gonna get some critical strike chance. Nobody gives a shit about critical strike chance. Fuck you. Soul Ripper has been reworked. It now has minus or pluses maximum charge and consumes maximum charges on use, granting Val souls equal to the number of charge. Oh, that could be nice. You know what this is? This is an Eternal Labyrinth Farmer, because you can now get soul. You can now get, if people are waking up to this, you're gonna get a Soul Ripper with plus 90 maximum charges, and you're just gonna consume it and get enough Val skill to just one-shot a Zaro. Other than that, I don't know what you're gonna use it for. You could already use your Val skill on most bosses. It's just like boss like the Labyrinth, you couldn't. Oh, what's it called? Cyrus. You can now use your Val skill right on Cyrus when you enter the room. Divination card. Press protection once again drop. Now has a grant a chateau map. Okay, whatever. Monster movement speed now has a lower limit, beyond which they cannot be slowed further. Okay. For magic monster, that limit is 10% of their maximum movement speed. What? That's nothing. For rare and unique monster, that means 20% of their base movement speed. Gas temporal chain really got nerfed. Hard. Monster skill that appear to deal damage in wave. The bat monster now actually do. Oh, okay. Graphically they would, but they wouldn't. Huh. Oh yeah. Was dealt instantly across the whole area. Oh, okay. That's fine. Show us what's really happening. The initial spinning blade will now play a short animation before they begin dealing damage. Cool. I hate delving. Delving area considered to be level or a monster shallow part of the deal. Meaning player will not be downscaled below the level of shallow part of the deal. This would mean the item filter. Cool. Can no longer enter delve if you are 12 level or more below the shallowest part of the deal you are trying to access. Seem useless. You can no longer. This is gonna force people to level. You can no longer join the delve encounter that is already in progress. The rate and volume of monster that will spawn while you are in a city has been increased. In the city map, they mean? Okay, whatever. Incursion change. You were. If you're very lucky, you can now find double corrupt text string of servitude from Incursion Temple. A level 80 or greater. Cool. Many rooms now provide temple-wide bonus for the present day. Temple of Exol based on their tier. The following room now grants 1% to monster pack size, 2% of increased quantity of temple. Okay, cool, because there was some rooms you upgraded for nothing. Nice. Chest in the present day Incursion Temple I previously contained either an Incursion unique or a magic unique item with an architect mod. Now also drop 2 or 3 rare items. Okay. Poison Garden here now. Now add more. A larger poison pod. So usually more than monster in tier 3. Nobody gives a shit. Tempest from the Tempest generator. Oh, they drop map now. Base of the tier of the surveyor steady consequence. Okay, some room. Architects throughout the present day. Oh, so all the architects. So you got 8 rooms. And if you got that specific room. Yeah, okay. If you get a specific room, you get architects to drop maps across everywhere in the temple. That's cool. It's a good added. They're all meeting room. In its higher tier, more magic damage to the temple if you manage to find a Ziri. Cool. But on the tier of the Armor, this is just adding more monster to the thing. Armor Workshop, Sequence Room, monster through the temple, present they will benefit from increasing the mental resistance. Oh. And will take reduced physical damage. Oh shit. And line, okay, now you gotta really decide if you can or cannot do it. And increase rarity and quantity. Fuck yeah. Tier Sparing Room. Present they will benefit from increased critical strength. Multiplier. Cool. Guardhouse on the cemetery increased by referring to the temple. Fuck. Splinter Research Lab, and Prison Breach and Class Set. That's good because the Breach one was kind of shit. I'm not reading out loud because there's not information of any value that I see. Increase item across the present day temple. Jewel workshop also grants increased item rarity across the present day temple. Nobody gives a shit about item rarity. The Shrine of Empowerment now also grants monster in the present day temple increased attack speed, blah blah blah. Okay, so basically
Every room affects everything in the present day temple now. Yeah, that's what they're all saying. It affects your quantity, rarity, everything it gives to every room. This could be broken. I'm gonna try to farm it, see what it gives. Because my guess is that people are gonna go into this temple and they didn't calculate. Yeah, I'm sure GGG didn't calculate all the additive that is going to be inside the temple once you get every single room. And you're gonna get to a point where there's just gonna be so much shit dropping. This is gonna be too strong. They're gonna nerf it. I'm pretty sure. Especially if you can drop maps in there from the architect, this is where you're gonna farm your maps. What are the range of a strong box? Blah blah blah. Because if I'm gonna be used character, same account. Okay. Oh wait, I almost skipped something important. A Christian Temple crafting bench can now be used by character on the same account. Oh, character of the same account, other than the ones that open it. Okay, whatever. No, never mind. Never mind. Betrayal changes. Ailsing can now award Metamorph Scarabs if she has the integration jobs. She will now award double veiled weapon and jewelry if she's in transportation. Nobody gives a shit. Can drop the Metamorph Scarabs. Cool. Map change. Map boss life. Oh shit, that was needed. Oh, please tell me they didn't buff it. The copies of Adziri created during the Outer Ring Abyss fight now have approximately 5 times more life. The copies of Adziri created during the Alluring Abyss Adziri fight now have approximately 5 times more life than before. The bosses of Kardarak, blah 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 blah, all the map, have had their life significantly increased. It was already too fucking hard. You guys already buffed it. God damn it. I mean, maybe I think people didn't realize how hard the boss were if you didn't have a fucking boss clearing build. The Metamorph were crazy hard, so maybe everybody was building toward killing Metamorphs, but I mean, the regular bosses were still pretty fucking rough. They buffed them again. Jesus Christ, the league start's gonna be awful. The Unshaped monsters at the end of the Shaper Gauntlet have also had their life increase. Maps offered as part of Xana mission will now enter the Awakening. Maybe they just balanced it because we're gonna hit so fucking hard with the new passives. I don't know. There better be some more multipliers in there, GGG. Because if you pop out those passive and it's only like 20% increased damage, fuck you. Fuck you. 20% increased damage? Yeah, it's gonna be strong, guys. Oh yeah, sure. The fucking boss has 5 times the life it's supposed to have. Oh, god damn it. Xana level is now based on the number of bonus objectives you have completed. It's fine. Brutus and Merville Weaver map have received the same upgrade as their campaign version did in 3.9. I don't know. I didn't know that they got buffed. Burial Champions moved to tier 7. Specifically so there isn't one little tier 7 map. Alright. It's gonna be easier to farm Burial Chamber. I think they did this because I don't know. Should it be easier to farm at Hunter like this? Yeah, it should. It will be easier to farm at Hunter like this because you will get more Headhunter drops Doctor cards because it's gonna be easier to focus target. If there's just 2 maps tier 7, you're just gonna be able to constantly drop it. Cool, good for me. Monster avoid map modifier now grants to avoid poison. Okay, they can avoid poison and bleed less. Yeah, because that was kind of broken. Those builds were already kind of meh. If you're playing a bleed build, it's pretty shit. And the fact that you can roll a map mod that just makes it so that you won't even apply your goddamn bleed half the time, it's like, dude. The Shaper now takes significantly reduced damage at the start of each phase, which tapers off over 8 seconds. Why? So we don't one-shot him? Fuck you, GGG. Fuck you. Oh my god. This is a retarded mechanic. I would have preferred to just up his fucking damage, his life altogether. Just make him stronger. Don't be like, well, the first 8 seconds you're gonna hit like a fucking shit because we want to make sure that we want to make sure that his damage is gonna be. But what phase are they talking about? Is that like every attack he's gonna do? Like every time he changes attack, that counts as a phase, or it's like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I hope it's that, because otherwise he's gonna be a lot tougher. The death and taxes boss visually been Christ. They buffed everything. They didn't buff Cyrus, which is a good thing. Well, I hope. I haven't gone through the end yet. They couldn't. If they buffed Cyrus, I'm throwing my fucking screen. The death and taxes boss and no longer target no player characters such as minion during phase transition. Oh, cool. Because I did try to do death and taxes with my minion build and it was a pain in the dick. Fewer, we have more extensive change plan for this map. Nobody cares. We're not farming it anymore anyway. Improve character visibility and Drox the Warlord Arena. The Redeemers now move out of the storm more reliably. Baron the Crusader map room won't stick to the ground after it's slain anymore, which is cool because I did die to that. The boss of the Val Pyramid will now spawn much more quickly. Okay. Clarify that the monster deal damage friend based on their physical damage. We knew that. Entrance and PC location also. Okay. Zana League available during 3.10. Now unlock as you progress through the Atlas quest chain. There are no elite mode. Fortune favors the brave. One of these options will be applied at random. Cool. Ambush costs 2 chaos orb. Area contains 2 extra strong boss, nobody cares. Abyss. Area contains additional abyss. Bloodline. Magic monster packs. I have bloodline mods. Area. Dominus cost. Area extra 3 extra shrine. What a shit mod. Or bloodline at least. Dominus. Oh, Brandis. Cool. I like Brandis. Area has 30% kind of get over Brandis. Traditional Brandis chest. Chance a monster to open a Beyond portal and Blight. 8 chaos. Wow. Well, it's fair. 8 chaos. It's pretty goddamn expensive. So yeah, it's cool. You got. Oh man. I mean, I'm not sure I like this. Okay, this is gonna significantly reduce the price of Blight map that drops because you can now access it for 8 chaos. So basically, any fucking Blight map you're gonna drop is never going to access 8 chaos in price. That sucks. If it can still drop, I'm not even sure you can still drop those maps. That sucks. And also, might force people to run. But I hate Blight League. I hated it. I hate the mechanics. I hate the fucking tower defense thing. I hate it. I hope I don't have to run those goddamn Blight Leagues, those goddamn Blight maps all the time just to maximize my fucking currency. I don't think so. Whatever. Might be for the better. Might be that just running them won't be worth it anymore. I don't know. User interface improvement. Send message to player. Don't care. Watch the Sextant and Atlas search bar. Don't care. You can now search to watch someone with Sextant. Oh no, that's a good thing. Let's see all the current Xana map device option immediately upon unlocking the map device. We couldn't before. We have now warned the first time you attempt to use a map after an Atlas reset. So you're aware that the state of your Atlas has changed. Standardize the behavior of instant skill bound to the left mouse button or any button that is held truly. All non-val guard skill, blood rage, detonate main convocation, phase run. Will repeat as long as you hold the button. Who was using his left button for this? Whatever. Chris Ward. Nobody cares. Skill PvP change. Nobody cares. Who plays PvP in this game? Bug fixes. Not going through the bug fix. Alright, so. Nope. I'm not going through the goddamn bug fixes. Fuck you. Alright, so conclusion. Guardian got nerfed hard. Mind of a Council might be a solution to this, but it's just gonna add damage. His tankiness is still gonna suck. Necro got nerfed like it should have. They nerfed Baron. They nerfed a lot of things. I still think summoner builds are really gonna be powerful. And animated weapon was on the verge of being good. I do think it's gonna be it might be meta. Like, I will test it, because if it's powerful, it might be the new summoning meta. I'm pretty sure. Gotta check it out. Seems strong though. Seems very, very strong. Fuck, no, not a lot of changes. What was strong the last league is still powerful now. They didn't change anything substantial other than the summoner build, which was required. Guardian got nerfed to the ground and they nerfed elusive. That's what we got to take out of this. And I was very surprised by the lack of upgrade the skill got. Because I do think a lot of the skill they redid needed another brush stroke. But they didn't. They didn't. So everything that was powerful last league is still going to be powerful other than summon. And we got to check out for wands. I don't know how fucking powerful wands are going to be. Wanderer will still suck, I think, if you cannot put the more multiplier on the passive that we saw earlier. If you can, though, I'm going to look it up while I do my for my other video, abridged version of this thing I just spent 2 hours to read. How much time have we been recording this? Jesus. So yeah, I think if you can add more multiplier of spells onto wanderers, they're gonna be just monstrous, straight up. Yeah, if you can, I'm just gonna do a wanderer. It's just gonna be so powerful. If you can't though, I'm not sure it's gonna be good. Might be just okay to like competition with bow that are already not that good. It's still going to be a melee league and maybe a summoner league. People are going to find a way to use summoner. I haven't really checked all the avenue that were open to mine. Maybe Spectre would be a good way to start a league. I have no idea. I gotta check it out. I just know that if we find something equivalent to zombies, they didn't nerf the core of summoning builds. It's still going to be really powerful. So that's it. We went through it all, guys. I'm going to do an abridged version of this for those of you who didn't follow through the entire thing. And I'm going to link it in the description because it's way too long. And for those of you who just want to have the big lines, we're going to check it out. And for the new skills, I mean, we can speculate, but like, nobody can tell you that it's going to be powerful before they tested it. We do require some testing. I will test a couple, and if it's really strong, I'm just gonna tell you guys and do a build guide. So have a nice one. Thank you for sticking, and I hope you managed to finish your beer. You probably did before I finished this thing.